What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and ranking our top 10 point guards right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, I do want to say this is my list specifically, and if you guys don't agree with this list, that is okay. The point guard position, I'd say especially when you get to like my top 6, I would say is all personal preference. And my opinions on these cards change quite a bit as well. And again, if a card's a Galaxy Opal but isn't necessarily great, I might be lower on them just for the sole fact that they're a Galaxy Opal and they're probably going to just be slightly overpriced as well. So just realize that as I do dive into this thing. We're going to start it off at number 10 with Dyson Daniels. Now, I've been pretty vocal about this. I don't like Dyson Daniels. I've never really loved Dyson Daniels on this game. However, Dyson Daniels cooks me. So it's tough for me. Where should I be on Dyson Daniels? I don't know. I got him in here at number 10. I think this is the right spot for the card, although it is kind of a tough situation because I personally do not love Dyson Daniels. 6'7", good height. Obviously, can't hate on that. 6'11" wingspan is solid as well. He is going to be able to knock down shots, 85 3-ball. Defensively, off the charts good. I think it just comes down to, like, when I'm looking at Dyson Daniels, I don't know offensively if he gives me enough to really hype the card up and for him to be your primary ball handler. However, when I play against Dyson Daniels, it seems like the card can do no wrong. When I play against Dyson, he knocks down leaners like, with ease. When I play against Dyson defensively, he is absolutely elite, absolutely incredible. And so that's the tough part that I have with Dyson is it's like when I've used Dyson, I don't feel like the card's been that great. However, when I play versus Dyson, he has been literally like the best point guard in the game. So I don't know. Defensively, he's obviously elite. Offensively, not great, but people green consistently with his leaners. Dyson Daniels based on quick, which means the leaner is going to be quick as well. I don't know. I don't hate this card. It just comes down to I do think there are better options in this game at the point guard position. Maybe not for his value, although Dyson is pretty expensive. Card at number 9 that I do like more than Dyson Daniels is Derek White. Now, again, this is my personal, I don't want to say bias, but my personal opinion on things. I love Derek White, 6'4", plays great defense, has one of the best releases in the game. And maybe it's because I use the Play Now Boston Celtics is the real reason that I'm super high on what Derek White can give you guys on the floor. But I don't know. I just feel like this card is such a complete card on both sides of the ball. Offensively, defensively, I feel like the card can do no wrong at 6'4". And you look at his defensive badges, they're just as good as Dyson Daniels is. So, again, just kind of another situation, another reason why I really do like Derek White on this game. And for me, a lot of it comes down to his release. I know Dyson Daniels has a good release, but I'd argue that Derek White's release is better. Again, this is just me and my argument. I love Derek White in this game. I love what the card gives you. It all starts and ends with that release. If he didn't have as good of a release as he does, I wouldn't sit here and put him on my top 10, but his release is so good. Coming in here at number 9. At number 8, some people might have him higher. It is Pink Diamond Jrue Holiday. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think between Jrue Holiday and Derek White, it really is preference-based. I believe that. I think Derek White's going to do more offensively. Jrue's going to give you slightly more on that defensive side of the ball. But I think both cards are incredibly good. And so that's kind of, for me, when I'm looking at the two cards, I like the cards at the same, tier. Jrue is going to come in at my one step higher at my number 8, just because I think overall the card gives you slightly more defensively. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm a defense head. 93 ball, 91 speed, great defensively. It's crazy that Derek White has more defensive badges than Jrue Holiday. However, I think Jrue Holiday with the size, with his animations, is deserving of getting this recognition. I really do like Jrue for another guy with just a fantastic release. Again, when I look at these cards, one of the main reasons I like Jrue Holiday is because his release is one of the best in the game. Jrue, very good. Smooth release. Great card coming in at my number 8. At my number 7, we're plugging in Galaxy Opal Donovan Mitchell. Now, here's a card that is extremely good. Now, is he for sure better than Jrue Holiday, Derek White? I'll stick to the fact that I think a lot of it still, too, with these cards is preference based. Some people might like Drew more. Some people might like Donovan Mitchell more. I will say this, as far as complete point guards, it's tough to beat what Donovan Mitchell can give you. Hot spots forever, 96 3 ball, 98 speed, good defense, good driving dunk. This card maybe should even be higher on this list. I think the troublesome part for me is I don't necessarily love his height. Like if you look at my, let's say, I'm just going to throw in my everybody left, they're going to be taller than this card. And so that's the one tough thing about Donovan Mitchell. He is a complete point guard on this game. If you want to pick up and run Donovan Mitchell, he'll probably, lead you guys to a lot of success. I really do like the card. I think the card is, a really, really solid option for you and your specific squad. Next up here at number 6, we've got another Galaxy Opal. And another card that I don't know if I love him at, where I'm going to put him, because I think Sidney Moncrief is an absolute beast. 6'4", 6'6" wingspan. Yes, no hot spots from 3. Yes, his 3 ball is decently low, but his release is fantastic. That Malachi Flynn release is just so good. He comes with nearly every defensive badge you could ask for in the entire game. You guys can see exactly what those are. I don't like the fact that I'm not higher on Sidney Moncrief in this game, because I think the card's an absolute stud. 6'4", every defensive badge in the entire game. The card's perfect. What more can you ask for out of a guy like Sidney Moncrief? To me, not much. This card is nearly perfect on this game. Do I wish his offense maybe was slightly better? Sure. I mean, that is maybe one thing for Sidney Moncrief, that if you want to, nitpick something, yes, his offense could be better, but his release is good, and defensively, he's going to make up for that lack of offense. At my number 5, we're plugging in the 96 overall Pink Diamond Zack LaVine. And it is so weird for me to sit up here in front of you guys and talk about Zack LaVine as being one of the best point guards in the game. I never thought that this would happen, but Zack LaVine is good. Defensively, solid enough. Not going to say he's perfect defensively, but solid. Has that 95 speed, which is super important. 92 3 ball, 99 driving dunk. And if you want an offensive point guard, guys, it doesn't get much better than Zack LaVine. I think if you're talking about offensive point guard specifically, Zack LaVine is probably top 3. Again, a lot of that is preference based, but Zack LaVine is an absolute stud on this game. If you are in need of a point guard for your specific squad and want to, try out Zack LaVine, he's probably going to lead you guys to a lot of success. So just, again, I don't like anybody that slanders Zack LaVine this year. In the past, I was one to slander Zack LaVine. This year, you just can't. The card is absolutely incredible. At my number 4, we're plugging in Devin Booker. I will hold on to the fact that if you are new to the game, Devin Booker is the best point guard for you guys in my team. If you're new to the game, let's say you stink at games normally, and I'm just throwing this out there. Say normally you struggle at 2K games, especially offensively. Devin Booker is training wheels, guys. He's got the easiest release in the game. He's got the most offense in the game. And because he's 6'6", if you badge him up defensively, he's fine. He's fine. And again, it all goes back to the fact that Devin Booker is going to have the absolute best release on this list. D-Book on quick, D-Book leaner, D-Book dribble style. Offensively, it is honestly tough to beat what Devin Booker can give you on the court, on the floor. And again, am I biased for Devin Booker? Maybe. You guys might think I am, and if you do, that's okay, because I probably honestly am biased for the card. I think Devin Booker is really, really solid on this game. Coming in at my number 4. At my number 3, card that I think is just going to be an overall slightly more complete option is a Pink Diamond Cade Cunningham. Now, not by much, but I think Cade is going to just be a more complete option. When you talk about offense, talk about defense, talk about the full picture, give me Cade over Devin Booker. 6'6", 7-foot wingspan, hot spots from everywhere on the court outside of the top of the key. 94 3 ball, 93 speed, solid defense. Even comes with the Hall of Fame rebound chaser, which is kind of crazy when you're looking at things. What can this card not do? Again, a card that I think is going to bring a lot of things on the court for you guys. 6'6", good player, model player build. Just no real flaws in Cade Cunningham. I mean, his release is solid. He's going to play good defense, can somewhat create his own shot. There's really no flaws in this Pink Diamond Cade Cunningham, who I think is an absolute beast. Coming in at my number 3. Coming in at my number 2, a point guard that I still use to this day is Pink Diamond Shay Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, I honestly don't even like including him on this list. Why? Because he's not really attainable anymore. If you didn't get this card in Shay, it's not like you can go get the card now. Like, he was in packs for that event for such a short amount of time. Now he's out of packs. Shay, 12 Hall of Famers, 6'6", pretty similar stat-wise to a guy like Devin Booker. I just think Shay gives you slightly more, and it really all starts and ends with his moving crossover being the SGA moving crossover. By far and away the best, I don't even know if I like saying this, but I think it is one of the best, just straight up dribble moves in the game. There's not a lot of things you can do dribbling wise in this game. The SGA moving crossover is absolutely elite. His release is absolutely elite as well. And so when I'm just looking at the full picture of SGA, comparing him to some of the other guys on this list, I think you've got to hype up SGA that slight little bit, coming in here at my number 2. At my number 1, the best point guard that, in my opinion, right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM is Penny Hardaway. Now, again, a lot of people might not agree with me on Penny Hardaway and where I'm personally ranking the card, but I think this card's a stud. 6'7", 6'11" wingspan. He's got 9 Hall of Famers, 15 on gold, 5 on silver, 2 on bronze. So badge-wise, super complete. He's got great defense, good speed. I just don't see why people don't love Penny Hardaway. I think this card is an absolute stud on this game and can play at the, an insanely high level. Now, you might be like, well, Ty, his defense, look at his defensive badges. They're not great. And you're kind of right. Like, his defensive badges genuinely are not the best. But again, with his ability to make plays, dunk the basketball, and solid enough defense, being 6'7", you've got to hype up Penny Hardaway. Coming in as my number 1 overall point guard on this game. Movement-wise, has that Garland dribble style, which honestly, still to this day, is so rare on this game. So that's going to wrap it up for me talking about the top 10 point guards on the game. Let me know your thoughts on them down below in the comments. Was I right on? Did I miss out on anybody? Let me know. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.